More than 4 million people in Australia live with disability. That's 1 in 6. And sadly, many of them find the struggle to find a job insurmountable. But a determined duo from Sydney is giving them a fighting chance by changing the way that we hire.
When Shane left school, we discovered to our shock as a family that his opportunities for employment were pretty much zero.
Laura and Jordan's brother, Shane, lived with profound cerebral palsy.
Society was defining him by his disability, not by his abilities. And we just thought that was the opposite of the person that I knew. His disability was the least of him. His abilities, his potential were who he was.
In 2011, Laura and Jordan, hoping to help their brother and others like him, set up Fighting Chance, a not-for-profit which provides job training for people with disability.
I actually don't believe that people with disability need charity or benevolent kindness. People with disability need opportunity, and it's businesses that create those opportunities.
One arm of Fighting Chance is a program called Jigsaw, a document and data management service that works with more than 100 clients.
It's very much just a normal office, a normal business environment. We train our trainees in Jigsaw, in the business, doing the work of our contracts for our clients. Once the trainees have that experience on their CV, we then support them to go and pursue mainstream employment.
Hi, my name is Brittany and I'm a full-time employee at Jigsaw.
Brittany Lloyd has been part of the Jigsaw family for 18 months.
I only realised I had Asperger's when I was like 15, 14. So then I got very scared. I was like, oh, there's something wrong for me. But later in life, I started to accept myself. I was like, oh, no, this is me. This is Brittany.
In 2019, Brittany left home for the first time, moving more than 300 kilometres from the coastal town of Old Bar in New South Wales to Sydney to join the scheme.
It was difficult to find work. There's a lot of stigma around the word autism, Asperger's, so they wouldn't know what to do with me mostly and didn't want to help at all.
For Brittany, the Jigsaw opportunity has been life-changing.
I'm very proud. I never thought I would get this far, but I now know a bit better that I can still be hired.
Fighting Chance now provides support to more than 1,000 people living with disability in 13 locations across 3 states.
I remember very vividly what it felt like to watch my brother Shane have nothing ahead of him and watch him see his dreams crumble, and I just don't want anyone else to go through that, and so we'll keep going until we are impacting as many people with disability across Australia as we can.
Sadly, Shane passed away at just 21 years of age, just 6 months into Laura and Jordan's venture.
He was with us just long enough to see us open our first little office, and we had our first donation of furniture, and he'd picked out his desk.
Now, 10 years on, the movement he sparked is making an incredible difference.
I always think that what the work that we do now is his legacy, and to think that one young man with a moderate intellectual disability could inspire work that's impacting thousands of people, that makes me really proud.
And what a legacy that is, it really is. And I know if you've got people in the thing about disability is so varied, right? But you think about the full range, like intellectual disability. I know, Pete, you've got people in your family with Down syndrome, I think, is that right? Yeah. The thing you worry about more than anything else is, can they find their way? Yeah. Will there be a path for them? Yeah. And sometimes it takes people to blaze that trail, right? Yeah.
I know Tim, who's my wife's cousin, who no longer with us, had Down syndrome, but his job was his pride and passion. He loved going off to do it. He was very proud that he could do that. He caught the bus there and back, and he would just beam, whenever he spoke about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What job did he do, Pete?
He worked in a factory.
Ah.
Yeah. Ah. So he used to, I believe, the lolly factory, used to knock off a few lollies. I believe. Keep that on the hush, no, guys.
I think you were more excited about his job as well.
Used to pass
For more information on Fighting Chance, by the way, you can visit the links page on our website.
Okay, we'll be back with